Tutorial Thursday is back, and it's going to be a fairly simple one. I will pre-warn you, Taylor has gone back to school today after 24 weeks of being at home, so my mind is all over the place right now. This is the third time I've tried to do this video. So, you know, the third time's a charm. Fingers crossed. Here we go. So, we're going to do some scrap busting with regards to these. So, and then we're going to do some just paper folding with regards to these. These, you need square pieces of paper. Excuse me, whether that be a scrapbooking paper pad or a paper pack, or whether that be some square pieces of offcuts of digital papers, or just, you know, let me find some, like music paper or scrappy bits of paper or anything like that. It needs to be square to do these. Okay, and I will show you what these are. They are basically just cute little pockets. Yeah. You could clip them into your journals, but the idea is you glue them and then use them. I ain't got anything. I haven't got anything to hand. That's good, innit? Just pretend that's something. Yeah, you know, and then you just stick things in it. The awesome thing is you can knock out quite a lot of these really quickly, really easily, and when you're not using them, they stack really well. So, you know, you can make quite a few of these and then just stack them inside each other in your ephemera folders or boxes or whatever you use to store your little bits of ephemera in, or, you know, pockets, whatever's. And they're out the way, but they're there for you to grab as and when you need, which is cool. These is where your scraps come in, so grab your scrap baskets. These are super duper easy, quick and fast to make, and it's recommended to use like a rectangular piece of paper, scraps or anything, you know, like these strips. It tends to work better with them. Like even that, it's wide, but it's still like a rectangular shape instead of like squared off and what have you. These are strips of papers that I have left over from when I've folded signatures in half and cut down them. Pieces of paper, you know, plain papers to put in journals when I've folded them in half and cut down them to have, you know, make them fit, and there's always that little strip left over at the side, off-cut type thing. These are perfect for that. And like I said, depending on the size of your scrap, depends on how big it is, and it's like a full envelope, but it folds out. So cool. You could glue them pieces down, them little corners down, or not. It's not going to focus very well because it's so tiny. Or you could just leave it like that, you know, and then fold it up, fold that down, and it looks like a cute little faux envelope. Adorable. And then what you'd do is you'd glue that into your journal like so, and then on a page or wherever, and then you'd flip it up and flip it down. Or you would just glue the whole thing, you'd fold it all up, glue the whole thing together, and then stack them, maybe at an angle or something like that. Oops. Something like that, make an embellishment out of them, and then, I don't know, glue it in your journal. You get what I mean. Yeah, so I'd probably be tempted to glue and stack the smaller ones, but the bigger ones, again, these were some offcuts. This was an offcut from the black and white journal that I did. I love this and all because it's textured paper. But yeah, again, you know, glue it in and what have you. With this being textured, I'd be tempted to just clip it in. The same but blue, and that's the same but silver. This again was from the black and white journal. But yeah, so scrap pieces of paper for these. Square pieces of paper, any size. And these, none of these are my original ideas. These I have seen multitudes of different people doing them, as I'm sure most of you will have. It's quite a popular thing to do with scraps. These I saw being made over on Natasa's channel at Treasure Books. Natasa at Treasure Books. I saw her doing these. I completely forgot. I'm pretty sure she... I'm positive, I don't know, don't quote me, but I'm sure she did mention somebody who she'd seen do it. But it's been about a month, or possibly longer, since I watched the tutorial, so I can't remember who she credited, if she did. But like I said, I saw it over on Natasa's channel over at Treasure Books. But yeah, I think somebody mentioned as well that Kerr had done one too. But I can't remember, which is unusual because I watch all G's videos. I've watched G since her channel started. But for some reason this doesn't spring to mind when I think of G, but I could be wrong. I probably am. But I'll link to G below anyway, as well as Natasa. Go check them out, guys. But yes, so there we go. And I'm going to start with these. It works a little bit better aesthetically pleasing wise if you have double-sided papers. As you can see, there's one side, there's the other. If you're going to glue it in, doesn't really matter, but you will still see, you know, that bit, as opposed to just having pattern there and then plain underneath. But I suppose you could, if you do have plain and you're going to glue it in, you could, just before you fold this flap down and glue it, you could cut a piece of scrap paper out and decorate that. But yeah, I will show it. Like I said, I will show you. It doesn't matter the size as long as it's square. These are 4. Are they 3 or 4? 4. These are 4x4 pieces of papers, little scrapbooking paper pads. These are 6x6, and this is probably a very random size, or 5. Obviously square. So this is a 5x5 inch scrap piece of a digital kit from Antique Paperie from ages ago when I was doing something. And I will show you on this as well, just to show that you can use anything as long as it's square. We'll keep this one here for reference. And let's have a pop, let's have a go. So here we go. I think I'll zoom you in a little bit, and I will try to stay in place. So we'll have that one there as a reference, and we will use this one here. Okay, so directional paper isn't very good for this, because when you've finished, your design will be that way. It won't be square on that way. So if you have directional paper going that way, when you've finished, it'll be going sideways. So non-directional paper like this is perfect. But that kind of is directional, but it doesn't matter. If you have, or even if you don't have plain paper on the back, you need to decide which way round you want it to show. Now, we're going to fold corner to corner. Okay? But what you have to decide is, it doesn't matter if you have plain paper. If you have patterned paper, you need to decide which side of the pattern paper you want to show after. Because what we're now going to do is fold one flap down. So that will determine which pattern shows there and there. The other bit, as you can see there, is going to be hidden underneath and on the back. So I need to decide now, do I want that bit folding down and that bit showing there? Or do I want that bit down and that bit showing there? Well, I think we'll do it that way. So fold that down Oh, before we do that, I'm going to round the corners, which you do not have to do, but I think it just looks nicer. So now I'm folding it down. Don't have to go all the way to the bottom, just fold down. Try and get it centered, which I'm no good at. You do not have to trim these, because what we're going to do now is that fold line there, we're going to tuck these up into that line, so it's in line with that, but just a tiny fraction below it, you see, just so this folds down a bit easier without causing too many issues. Okay, and then we do this side. Try to get it straight, which again I am not altogether good at. Okay, now it doesn't matter which way over they go, but you put them over there and then that folds down on top of them. And there you go, guys. There's your little pocket. How cute is that? That's better. So that didn't take properly. How cute is that, guys? Now, like I said, this, if you have plain like I have, this would be a good time to decide whether you want something showing under that so it's not plain, and now would be a good time to decorate that. This is also where you glue. So I'm going to take my art glitter glue and I'm just going to run a bead across the top there, and then I'm going to run a little tiny bead down there so that this now sticks to that, just like that. And then I'm just going to put the tiniest little blob on there so that folds down and sticks there. And that's it, guys, it's done. It's that simple. Apart from, like I said, if you want to make sure that's not white underneath, then would be a good time, before you glue, would be a good time to cut something out and stick it on. But there you go, cute. And then, like I said, you would glue that onto a page in the bottom corner, or in the bottom corner or somewhere, and then that would then become a cute little pocket. You could clip it in, and I suppose really if you just glued down this edge here and along there, you could have a side tuck. Let's just grab a scrap piece of paper out of my basket I mean. Yeah. Okay, so like I said, if you just wanted to, you've got a pocket there, but then you could glue down there as well and down there, but I would be tempted to just glue along there, and then you'd have that bit as a pocket as well on in your journal. You know, you could put something in there too. If you put it in the bottom corner or whatever, you could stick a tag in there. If you just glue down there and there on the back. Pretty cool. Okay, so that's the small one. Now this is the digital kit. Oh gosh, brain. Yeah, this is the digital kit. So I'm going to, again, corner to corner. And then, before I do anything, I've got to turn that down. So now I've got to decide, would I like that there and that there? Or do I want to flip it that way and have the music bit showing there and the flowers there? But I think I would like it the other way. So I will do it there. Again, I will round the corners. Totally optional. I just think it looks better. And then this, again, folds up there. And then this folds up there. That then folds down. And there you go. another pocket. So again, you take your glue, and glue all the way, just a little bead of glue all the way along there. Push one side up and then down there. Push that side up. Well, that wasn't straight, was it? There we go, that's better. Like so. And now you make the choice. Now's the time to make the decision whether you glue that flap down and leave it as is, or you cut a piece of paper out to go on there. As that is music paper on the flap that's going to come down, I'm going to use a scrap of music paper to fill that in. So I'm going to just lay that on there and I'm going to cut around it. Just to make it tie in a little bit more. I've got the shakes a little bit, guys, because I'm hungry. And then I'm just going to take a fraction more off each side and the bottom. That's it. Maybe just a little bit more. Well, actually, let's even, doesn't matter, you're not going to see the top, but we'll even that up a little bit. That's it. More scraps. I was saying about scrap busting. Why is it, guys, I've said this before, but why is it whenever anybody mentions anything about scrap busting, it entails making more scraps? Then obviously music paper is double-sided, so decide then whether or not you want that way or that way. I think I prefer that because it's not as fussy. Oh, I don't know. Ooh, decisions. No, we'll go with that one. Yeah. You could use a glue stick for this, but I'm just going to use the art glitter glue because it's there. And for tutorial purposes, it dries super duper fast. And then there you go, you stick it in there. Reinforce that fold again. It'd help if you actually stuck that in straight, but you know, it doesn't matter. And then again, tiny little blob of glue there, just enough to hold it down in place. Actually, I think I do remember G doing something like this before, because now you've got that pocket there, but you've also, if you don't glue it down, you could glue the whole flap. If you don't, you know, you've got a little pocket there for a tiny little tag or something, and a little pocket there as well. But like I said, you could glue the whole thing down. And there you go, there you have another pocket. Where's the other one I just made? There, right under my nose. See the difference between white and decorated? So cool. And then, like I said, they just stack inside each other, which is awesome. Let's do another one with this, and then we'll move on to the envelopes. This is a brand new pack that hasn't been opened, and let's see what we have directional wise or non-directional wise. That's nice. So we've got bird cages. Oh, that'd be a good one. Butterflies, because they're going all directions, so that's a contender. That would be nice. There's 3 of each. I see now. Right, I'm going to show you now. That is directional, so I'll show you what I mean. That's not too bad. That would be a good one. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I forgot how much I love this pack, and that would be good as well. I'll show you with, I'm not doing it with bird cages, I'll show you with this one what I mean. Okay, so we need to look at this, because this is directional paper, we need to look at which angle we want it to go on once it's folded, because when it's folded it's going to be that way. So now I need to decide, do I want it to go in that way, or when it's folded, do I want it going that way? And I think I prefer it that way. So fold up. This is the 6x6 paper and it's a little bit thicker. This works better with thinner paper, I've found. It's more sturdy with the thicker paper, but I prefer it folding wise with thinner paper, and also it's less bulky. Now, do I want it to go in that way? It's not going to matter because it's a similar right, no, that to me looks like it's upside down, whereas this way it still looks up, but it looks more the right, I don't know, the way my brain's working, that looks more the right way. So we'll go that way. We'll do the corners first. This is a really terrible tutorial, innit, guys? I shouldn't be doing this today. My mind, like I said, is all over the place with Taylor returning to school, but I needed something to do. Okay, there we go. And now we fold them in. Leave a little gap, makes it easier to fold the flap down. Oh, I really like that. To say that's directional, I actually really do like that. Now, would we want anything underneath, do we think? No, I'm going to leave it. So got a glue goober in my glue bottle. My own fault for not having the pin in while I wasn't using it. Yeah, so anyway, these sweet sugar bell bottles are awesome. However, I am using mine at the moment in time for my art glitter glue, because my Fabritype Beacon 3-in-1 that I use is in this condiments bottle, and I had only just refilled it before these bottles came because these were delayed in the post. So I want to use up what's in that condiments bottle before transferring it to one of these, which is great. Like I said, they are really cool. However, for art glitter glue, the jury is still out. I am finding I don't like it for art glitter glue only, because the fine tip on this glue is bigger. The hole on that fine tip in this bottle is bigger than the fine tip on the art glitter glue bottle, so it comes out faster. So yes, but you know, I still think they are cool, and I still think I'm gonna get along with them really well with the 3-in-1. But my art glitter, when I got these, like I said, when I got these, I just refilled my condiments bottle with the Beacon 3-in-1, so I'm like, oh, I'm not decanting it into one of them. I've only just done it in that. But my art glitter glue needed refilling, or I needed to open a new bottle, so I thought, oh, well, do you know what, seeing as how that needs doing, I'll put that in one of these and see how we get on with it. And like I said, the jury's still out. Ignore, if it's showing, lighting wise, ignore that what looks like rust around the bottle. I don't think the light is showing it properly. There. That is where I've been inking. I've been using vintage photo and then grabbing the bottle to glue. That's all that is. It's nothing to do with the bottle or anything. It's just ink from my hand that's transferred onto the bottle. But yes, so there we go. And obviously because this was a 6x6 and that was a 4x4, that one's bigger than that one. But you know, I think that's a really good size to stick in a journal. I really do. Sod's law, I haven't got any journals to hand. It is a really good video, isn't it? Really good. Yeah, but anyway, so you get the gist anyway, guys. At least I hope you do. So there's the prototype, and there is the 3 that we've just made. All different sizes. As long as your paper is square, it does not matter how big or how small it is. That will only determine how big or small your pocket is once it's folded in half. Well, once it's folded and made up, and that's nowhere near straight. Never mind. Not in the middle, I mean. Yeah, that's the only difference. No, you know, you could have a huge piece of square paper or a tiny piece of square paper. The only difference it'll make is how big the pocket is when it's finished. As long as it's square, you can do this project, no problem. So there you go, guys. And yeah, I am going to actually go now because this video is half an hour, nearly half an hour long. I know I said we were going to do 2, but I'm going to leave you with this one now. I will upload that today. Today is the 3rd of September. And as I've said 1,000 times, today's the day Taylor went back to school, along with a lot of the local schools. And my mind is all over the place, as this video tutorial has shown. So what I will do is I will cut off now, and then I will make the scrappy envelope, 4 envelopes, and then I will upload that next Thursday as next Thursday. You can have a bonus September tutorial Thursday because I only do them once a month. But you can have that one next week as a bonus. Okay, guys? So, like I said, I'm sorry this isn't the usual tutorial, although for me it is. But I hope you found it fairly easy to do and followed along okay. Go and check out Natasha's links and G, and probably follow their tutorials instead. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.